What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
And Jake, I spent the night in Kentucky.
Yeah, you did.
To bring this back for us.
Yeah, you had to get up at midnight.
I sat up, got up at midnight, headed down to Maker's Mark, and got lucky to get this on Bourbon Festival weekend. And today we're going to open it. We're going to try it.
We're going to talk about it.
Talk about it. Be about it.
We're going to describe it. We're going to like it. Just like you should do the channel, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. Let's get to it. All right.
The Red Wax Deluxe.
The Red Wax Deluxe. Fancy bottle. Look at the pitting. You can see it on the lights. It's pitted.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of the stained glass ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has the nice little feel it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's engraved. Okay, I thought it was Sharpied on.
Nope, it's not Sharpied on. So Maker's Mark Cellar Aged is the newest.
I was
release.
so afraid you were rubbing it. I'm like, what are you doing? You're gonna ruin the Sharpie.
From Maker's Mark. You'll hear Fred Minnick say that he's taking a lot of the credit for it. I don't know if that's true or not, but we have the first age-stated product from Maker's Mark, I believe, ever. Coming in at 13% 11-year and 87% 12-year-old wiki.
Some old wiki from Maker's, especially.
From Maker's Mark. So this bad boy, all the whiskey in this bottle was aged traditionally like they do, about 6 years. And then after its resting period in their traditional warehouses, all those barrels were rotated into the Maker's, like the cave, the limestone cave, for another 6 years.
So was Fred Minnick directly involved with this?
No.
So this Fred Minnick taking credit?
Well, he takes credit for it because you changed it.
He should take credit for this the same way that guy who tweeted. Okay. Yeah, I know, it's wet.
No, it's an actual cork.
Oh, nice.
Makers never used actual cork because on all of their other specialty bottles. Here, grab the BEP behind you real quick. I want to show you this before we pour this up. BEP, the beep. They had synthetic cork.
No, they did.
Really cool to see them using real cork. So, anyway. No, Fred Minnick does not have anything to do with Makers directly.
So what I'm hearing is Fred Minnick should take credit for this, like that guy who tweeted Aaron Rodgers
Fred Minnick was always the one that was bugging Rob Samuels to make something like this. He wanted to try 12-year-old Makers at cask strength, and eventually it did happen at a convention, and everyone loved it. Rob Samuels decided he didn't really like it. He loved the nose, but he didn't like the taste and the mouthfeel.
What am I doing? Product placement. My gosh.
You're pulling a me.
I know.
So,
just like that guy tweeted out that Aaron Rodgers is going to tear his ACL in an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh. And it happened.
Yeah.
So,
an hour and 21 minutes later, Aaron Rodgers tears his ACL.
No, his ACL is Achilles.
Yeah, his Achilles. That's what the guy said.
I can smell this just right here. And oh, does it smell good. So, let's get a nose on this. And while you're nosing, if I haven't already mentioned this, I think Jake alluded to it a second ago, but go down below, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified of all of our wonderful content hitting the YouTube in the future.
Ooh.
She got legs,
ladies
and gentlemen.
Drop dead legs.
So, let's give this thing a nose.
That smells good.
That smells really, really good. It has oakiness. There's a bit of like fruit, like a berry compote.
It almost smells like you're walking through the woods right after a good rain.
After a really good rain.
Mm-hmm.
See, I would almost do like floral. There's a hint of berries.
Rain,
like, well, I'm thinking like
in the woods,
I'm thinking flowers. Stepping out into like my grandmother's rose garden almost.
That's what it smells like when there's an elderberry thicket nearby, too.
Really? I haven't gone picking elderberries. I need to do that with you sometime so we can make some wine.
You can only do it once a year.
So,
gotta beat the birds.
As it kind of aerates in the glass, a little bit of the oak comes out, but you're not going to get a lot of it. I'm not getting a whole lot of it. And I think that has to do with that slow.
Smells like a
aging.
cellar.
It does kind of smell like a cellar, though.
A little. Like your grandma's spice cellar.
I love this nose. I could
This
live.
is a good bourbon.
I could
nose.
live in this nose.
I like
very
that
long time.
nose.
I like that.
That
nose.
is a nice
How
nose.
that nose do, though? All right, so enough sniffing it. Let's taste it. Cheers. That was a weird one.
Again, the terrifying of
It's-
me just...
It's spooky season. Anyway, cheers, everyone.
Cheers. That's pretty good. It's almost mapley. It's kind of mapley. I don't know if you get that. I'm gonna go back in. I'm trying to figure this out.
1 second here.
I know you're at a loss for words. You need to use the restroom real quick.
I love this.
This is your Penelope Rio.
There's an intensity to it that's like nothing I've ever tasted from Maker's Mark ever. That bitterness, that bitter quality that I often get from wheated bourbons, and oddly enough from Makers, even though the way they make their whiskey, they say you don't get like a bitterness, it's gone. Totally gone.
Where did you get this bitterness at? Let me guess. Sides of the tongue.
Yeah, sides of the tongue.
I get it.
See, I don't
It's
get it.
It's barely there, but it's enough to make my tongue kind of go.
And it's just, it coats the mouth so well. It's just,
To me, I think it's a complimentary bitter in this case.
man. What's the proof on this again? This
A
is
lot.
115.7 proof. I didn't
It drinks like exactly that.
It drinks around that, yeah. And man, I'm at a loss for words. I don't really get, at a loss for words very much. I enjoy this a lot. There's a big dog.
All the ethanol right there.
There's a big dog in the woods that I need to put this against. Can you name the big dog in the woods that I'm talking about? No,
Stagg.
nope, not George T. Different, same line, different bottle. Think wheated bourbon. William LaRue
Weller, yeah.
Weller.
The WLW.
I need to put these side by side because I think this would give it a run for its money. I truly believe that with me.
Did you say here's to you, Mr. LaRue?
Here's to you, Samuel's family, Margie, Rob, everyone at Makers. Cheers. My goodness.
Did this one right. I'm not a huge Makers guy, but this right y'all.
The second sip, you get a little bit of like leather, which is something I don't usually get from a Maker's Mark product. Leather.
So much leather.
No, not so much leather.
I'm just joking.
the right amount of leather, a little bit of barrel. And
little
then
tobacco.
the floraliness does come through a little bit. Man, I don't know what I can't unpack my adjectives here. I need to go watch Schoolhouse Rock some more because this is throwing me through a loop and I love every second of it.
The only thing I remember from Schoolhouse Rock is I'm just a bill.
I'm just a bill. I'm just a bill. I love it.
And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Man, that's something special.
That's some good stuff. It is really good.
So
I would not have gone through what you went through to get it, though. That is not.
after tasting it, I'm so glad I did because MSRP on this one, buddy, is
$76.
$150.
People would be gonna. What'd you say? $500 already?
And I've seen it on secondary selling for $460 to $500, somewhere around in there. I don't know if. Don't buy it on secondary. Don't just jump the gun and buy it on secondary, especially from us.
Yeah, I would not buy this for that price. I wouldn't buy any bottle for that price.
But you know what? I'm so happy I was there with my friends and was able to get a bottle of this. Unfortunately, the homeboy here had to work, or he'd probably have a bottle of it, courtesy of me, because I wasn't going to let him miss out, and I'm glad he's here to share it with me. So, again, I'm gonna flip the script on you. When we did the Rio, if this comes out before the Rio, which I think it might, but if you were at an A+ on the Rio, I'm not at an A+.
No,
not at an A+. I don't think the A+ can exist in my world. It has to be like, if you've ever watched like Dave Portnoy do like pizza reviews. Okay, so Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports, blah blah blah, does pizza reviews.
Is this the guy who goes places? And eats just one slice,
one bite. Everybody knows the rules. He doesn't believe in giving 10s because then there could be nothing better. I think this is a solid A, hinging on that A+ for me. Like, if the price point was a little bit lower, I think I could give this the A+ nod.
If this was a $75 bottle,
it would be the A+ nod from you.
For you,
$100. If they would lower it by $50, $100 all day, out the door. Let's move it. So where are you at with this one? You can burst my bubble too. I really don't care.
Honestly, I'm probably at like a B+. This is a good solid bourbon. Is it great? Yeah.
Yes.
It is great.
Yes, it is great.
Is it grand?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's up for debate.
It is like Grand's Biscuits grand.
So not that great.
Hey, it all depends on how well your grandmother makes gravy. My grandmother
made biscuits.
Okay, I'll give you that. But my grandmother
She used powdered gravy, but she made those biscuits.
My grandmother couldn't make biscuits for shit, but she made the most banging gravy I've ever had in my life.
Started off with a roux.
Oh yeah. Made of sausage and or bacon, and sometimes both grease. Yeah. So
in a wok.
So I'm at an A. He's at a B.
B bordering B+.
Bordering B+. So let's average it out to be a solid A, or actually solid like A-.
Yeah. Coincidentally, right where the Rio hit.
Yeah. If you could get a pour of this, please, by all means, do it. I understand it might be
I would pay
marked up a little bit.
$30.
$30 for about an ounce of it.
That's about it.
But yeah,
my big thing is like that pre-fire that I had for 40. That is my limit, and that is because that was pre-fire Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
26 years old. Guy had to struggle to get it out of the case.
Struggling was worth $20.
The show was worth $7 alone, so I'm perfectly okay with that.
So that's going to be a review from us. We want to thank you for joining us. Again, go down, hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video with all your friends and hit that notification bell.
There it was.
There it is.
That's got a good corner to bounce off of.
To be notified of when we drop new content every single week, at least twice a week. We also got the YouTube shorts coming out. Check those out as well. So until we drink again, we want to thank you for joining us, and we want to remind you to share a pour with your friends and family, because just like the movies,
memories don't make themselves.
They really don't, and you already finished it. You said you didn't like it that much. You thought it was good.
It is good. I'll finish anything that's good.
Cheers, bud.
There's a little drop.